Good morning, folks. It's the 7th of October 2024 down here in the corner of Edwards, East Michigan. Taking a little video here this morning of a historic area. You see a brand new apartments and condos right across the street from ghost signs of the old auto parts distributors. The Varnum building in the back, next to the old cold storage. On this corner right here, used to be a big hotel. Took up this whole rest of this block. Across the street over here, some real history. Another beautiful ghost sign on the Columbia Hotel. You see, the Columbia Hotel been around for a little while. The very corner up here is where the original building had set. Been raised in lieu of these buildings adding on over the years. Kitty corner across from there, 1870, the Grand Rapids Indiana Railroad built a depot, a passenger terminal, and railroad right there beyond it. The depot and the whistle stop are still there. So this is a natural for a hotel. (1873), gentleman started building, put up the first hotel here that was known as the Pacific Hotel. Okay. 1888, it turned into the Occidental Hotel. Changed hands again. Changed hands several times over the years. 1889, it was the Burke's Hotel. 1899, the Columbia Hotel. And today, it is the Columbia Plaza. Now, for many years, when I was in high school, and of course, since 1959, Bimbo's Pizza has been right here. It's a staple of Kalamazoo. Fantastic place to go. Next door used to be the entrance of Club Soda. Quite a nightclub. Going back in through the building into an outdoor area in the rear of the building, outdoor concerts and so forth. It was quite a night spot. Okay. Newman's Bookshop was there for many years. It's for lease, I see. Next to that is Sarkozy's Bakery. And of course, the rest of the hotel are executive suites and offices. I understand the going price in there about just under $18 a square foot, 1,400 square feet, about $25,000 a year ish, but it's very, very exclusive. Okay, we're going to talk a little more about this 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, there's the train depot on South Pitcher in East Michigan. Here's the Columbia. We're going to talk a little bit about Elvis Presley. It is a fact. During the 1960s, 1970s, in room 201 here in this hotel, Elvis maintained an office, and he would stay here occasionally, including when he was in town for his concerts. We can see more ghost signage right here on the building next door. Pretty cool. We're going to talk more about Elvis here in this building. Now, his first concert here in Kalamazoo was on October the 21st in '76. The second was April 26, 27 of '77. But it's also interesting that he stayed here several other occasions in the nose. People would ask, well, why do you have that there? And he had mentioned that he wanted to be close to his axes. Gibson guitar is just over here, about 5.5 blocks away, to the northeast. You could walk to it in 20 minutes. You could drive to it in 3. See, Elvis had a special connection with Gibson. There were times that he would be here in town and the representatives would bring guitars over here to his room for him to look at and select the ones that he wanted. It's said that he even visited the factory at one time, but management are kind of in contention with that. The employees said no, he was there. Management said that they would have known if he was there, and that they were not told about that, and so that's up in the air. One thing's for sure is that on the day that he died, okay, August 16th, 1977, he was seen here in Kalamazoo. Very interesting. Very interesting. One of his favorite restaurants was the Burger King that's almost due west of where we're standing right now. If we go over here 2 blocks away on Kalamazoo Avenue and take it straight west, you'll go right past where it's at. Now there's a Walgreens there, but he had frequented that when in town. And then, of course, after his death, he was seen all over the place. There are impersonators. There's even a couple of them that are local. One's a truck driver. Well, I think he's passed away now. But he was a truck driver for a local carrier. And you'd see Elvis driving around in his semi, smoking a pipe. The man smoked a pipe, and he'd jump out and come over. He'd deliver to our shop. He'd come on the dock, and you hear somebody go, "Yo, King, what's up, man?" He'd go, "Hey, what's going on?" He'd go, like that, and everybody would crack up, you know. And I mean, he looked just like him. Hair, glasses, sideburns, whole thing. You know, so was it one of these impersonators going around doing this? You know, it's all up in the air, you know. I personally think that the gentleman has passed away. His lifestyle and things, it wasn't looking good for him right there. And my heart goes out to his family and all the fans and everything, but there was a connection here. There was a man also that lived here in the area. He passed away in Ohio a few years ago. I knew the man. I worked with him. He served with Elvis in West Germany in the same tank unit in 132, 3rd Armored Division. And he was there before Elvis got there, and he stayed there after Elvis left. And he actually would go out riding around in Elvis's convertible sports car and picking up drunk soldiers on the way back to the post and so forth. He said he spent very little time on the post because of his fame, and it was security, actually. It was interfering with post operations and so forth. So he lived over in Bad Nauheim, but he'd travel back and forth. He stood all his duty. He maintained his bunk. My friend said that he wasn't a slough. He held up his end of the log, he said. He said he wasn't good with whiskey. Elvis didn't like beer too much, and he seen him puke on wine. He says he wasn't good with wine. And so they felt kind of he wasn't much of a drinker. He wasn't a smoker. So it didn't seem like he was a big partier that much. And this guy knew him. And he says when he left, the place went back to pretty much normal. And he said that he had stayed in contact with him over the years, here and there. And that was all he said. He said here and there. And so, you know, maybe he came here to town to go and visit this gentleman. He lived in Vicksburg, Michigan, not far south of here. Had a beautiful old vintage home there that he had refinished and refurbished, and Who knows? Maybe the king slipped down there and visited him down there in Vicksburg. I have no idea. That's total theory and conjecture. I'm saying probably not. But this man had no reason to lie. He wasn't a liar. He was a very professional man and told us the story and so forth. It ended up many years later, I joined the Army and they sent me to West Germany, and of all places in the 3rd Armored Division, on the same post that Elvis had served. Every other weekend when we were in the rear, I would eat in the Sergeant Elvis A. Presley Dining Facility. 132 Bandits. And the rest of the time I ate in my own dining facility, if you want to call them that. Mess halls. But yeah, everything over there, and when I was over there, was big time Elvis. The German people seemed to love him more than what we did. And there were a lot of guys who were fans. We were into rock and roll, you know, the big heavy stuff, you know. Elvis was cool. It was things that our parents kind of listened to, but have a lot of respect for the music, man. You know, he was the king. That's a fact. It's a sad story in the case of events there, but to this day, the German people in Bad Nauheim and Friedberg there, where Ray Barracks is at, where I served, and he served there, and so forth. It's shrines to him. Unbelievable. Very Graceland-esque, if you want to put it that way. Anyways, there's a little tie-in here to the king and the Columbia Hotel, Gibson guitars. Again, right over here in this direction. We could walk there within 20 minutes. Nice old part of town. It's protected, the rest of these buildings. They can only get better as people come in and renovate them. Pretty cool. All right. Have a great day. See you in the next one.